Los mexicanos nacemos donde nos da la chingada gana. That wasn't said by a politician or a rock star, it was said by Chavela Vargas.
Nos dejamos hace mucho tiempo.
Born in Costa Rica, she became by choice, by rebellion, by music, and by tequila, one of the most Mexican voices of all time. Her real name was María Isabel Vargas Lizano. She was born in San Joaquin de Flores, a small Costa Rican town filled with coffee farms and quiet streets. But her childhood was anything but idyllic. Her parents divorced, often ignoring and hiding her, and she was sent away to live with relatives. On her uncle's coffee farm, the other children and people mocked her and called her the girl with the snakes, because she wandered alone through the fields, tough and fearless. There she worked, she hunted, and she learned to endure silence. Nobody looked at me, nobody hugged me, she later recalled. But that loneliness hardened her, and it also lit a fire. Her only dream was to escape Costa Rica, and because of movies and music, she thought Mexico would be the place to be. Mexico was not awaiting her with open arms. She scraped by washing dishes, selling food, and even running a tiny maid's agency out of a used car. At night, she sang in cantinas, busking along insurgentes for coins. One composer that heard her sneered, "You sing so ugly, you shouldn't even think of singing." But Chavela refused to quit. She instead forged a persona of defiance, wearing men's trousers when everyone was wearing skirts, vibrant jorongos, one cigar always in one hand and tequila in the other. Walking through conservative Mexico that mocked her, she stood tall. She wasn't just surviving, she was inventing a legend. By the 1960s, her persistence paid off. In 1961, she released her first album. Her voice was raw, stripped of mariachi flourishes, aching and intimate. And she never altered pronouns. Every love song she sang was addressed to a woman, and that was revolutionary. Her friends and rumored lovers formed a who's who of Mexican art. Diego Rivera, Dolores Olmedo, Juan Rulfo, and then there was Frida Kahlo. Chavela admitted she was dazzled by Frida's eyes. Whether the rumored affair was real or not, because we do know that Chavela loved to invent some stories, it became one of Mexico's great cultural legends. Chavela also enjoyed feeding this myth of a womanizer. She claimed she sang at Elizabeth Taylor's wedding in Acapulco and spent the night with Ava Gardner. True or not, it didn't really matter. What mattered was the aura of danger, of irresistible desire that she provoked. But rebellion came at a price. By the 1970s, she was blacklisted from all media. Her love affairs whispered about, and her drinking got very notorious. For nearly 20 years, she disappeared. Many assumed that she was actually dead. Then in 1991, at 72, she walked into a small nightclub in Coyoacán and sang again. Her voice, cracked and weathered, was more powerful than ever. In the audience one of those nights was Spanish filmmaker Pedro Almodóvar, and he became her champion, bringing her back to life, to Europe, to films, and back to the world's great stages. In 1994, she sang at the Olympia in Paris, and that was her dream. She wanted to be like a Mexican Edith Piaf. In 2002, and thanks to Salma Hayek, she appeared in the movie Frida. And in 2003, on the eve of Mexican Independence Day, Chavela walked onto the stage of Carnegie Hall, turning one of the world's most revered concert halls into a cantina. The audience shouted, wept, and applauded widely. In her final decade, she received a Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award, Spain's Grand Cross of Isabel la Católica, and finally, a triumphant concert at Mexico's Palacio de Bellas Artes. In 2012, at 93, Chavela died in Cuernavaca. Her last words were, "Me voy con México en el corazón. I live with Mexico in my heart." At one of her most legendary concerts she gave in Mexico City's Zócalo, she told her fans, "I leave you my freedom as inheritance, which is the most precious thing a human being has." That was her gift. The freedom to belong wherever your heart demands, the freedom to be unapologetically yourself. Chavela Vargas was Costa Rican by birth and Mexican by choice. And I may add that universal by truth.
Nos dejamos hace mucho tiempo, pero se llegó el momento de perder. Tú tenías mucha razón, le hago caso al corazón y me muero muero por volver. Y volver, volver, volver a tus brazos otra vez. Llegaré hasta donde estés. Yo sé perder, quiero volver, volver, volver.